So before we get this video started, I just want to say I've made myself a cup of coffee. I made it just before coming to sit down onto the camera. I'm going to get this poured into the Ember Travel Mug now, just so we can sort of start testing temperatures before the end of the review and to see if it's actually held up what this travel mug says it actually does on the tin. So let's get this poured. I don't want to make much of a mess, so I'm pouring it off of the table. Oh, I'm nervous. Here goes. So I spilled a little bit there, but no matter. Let's get on with the review. So if you're anything like me, then you'll probably want to kickstart your morning with a coffee. I know I usually do every morning, and I usually end up succumbing to the temptation of something like Pret a Manger, as they do offer £1 filter coffees, which is a fantastic price. No messing around, £1 coffee, that's amazing. Well, I don't think I'm going to do that anymore, and the reason being is because I've got an Ember Smart Travel Mug. So what's the difference between this and a standard thermos? Well, this one is smart as it connects to your mobile phone and has a built-in heating element, so it keeps your drink hot over its 2-hour battery life. So in terms of its actual design, I think it looks very, very modern. It's got a smooth coating on there, which doesn't unfortunately offer much grip. I would have liked to have maybe seen this rubber. I'm not sure if that will have a problem with heating elements inside. And the actual materials used is a conscious decision because there's electronics in the base here to heat up your drink. But the actual materials used on the outside, it's a very premium feel, very nice feel to it, very weighty. But I would just like a little bit more grip. It has got a very, very slight lip going from the top down to the actual area where you can hold that your fingers will just sit nicely inside. But again, some kind of rubber housing would have been nice on there. But I see why they did it for aesthetic reasons. It does look very smart. And it matches the aesthetic of their whole product range as well. Because Ember do offer mugs. They have got mugs as well, which is like a traditional mug. They got a mug like this with a heating element built in, so it keeps your coffee nice and warm. Or your tea, or your latte, or your cappuccino, whatever you're drinking, whatever is your tipple. To whatever takes your fancy. The actual Ember Travel Mug itself is probably big enough for one standard cup of coffee. Now, as you saw at the beginning of the video, this was my cup of coffee. Standard sizes, I don't know what the milliliter capacity is of that, but that's a standard cup of coffee. That will go into there, no problem at all. You can't put any more than that because of that maximum fill line. But yeah, very much. I wouldn't recommend making a coffee first and then pouring it in. Just make your coffee straight in here. Pour the kettle water straight in here. Give it a stir. And it's pretty much ready to go from that. The Ember Smart Travel Mug has a touch-sensitive button hidden under the Ember logo. Now this switches on the mug and activates pairing mode with your phone if you hold it down for 8 seconds. Now once it's in pairing mode, you follow the instructions on your mobile phone and voila, you can tap the touch-sensitive button to flow through the various menus like temperature and remaining battery life. The actual setup of the mug itself is extremely simple as well. Don't worry if you haven't got a compatible phone or you just don't want the app clogging up precious memory. The Ember Travel Mug has a dial built into the actual bottom of the mug itself, which actually controls the temperature. And as you can see, the temperature that I have actually set, that you can change with the actual dial on the bottom, I can set that to be at 57 degrees if I want my black coffee to be at 57 degrees, 60 degrees, and the actual heating element, if I close up the travel mug properly, the heating element on the bottom will actually raise the temperature of this particular liquid inside to the optimal temperature that you do decide to choose. Now you can click the button as well to cycle through the very limited options, I will say. Like you've got temperature, the actual name of the mug, which we've called it the TechNuovo Ember, and then if you click it a couple of times, you can see the battery life that's remaining on the actual mug itself. You can only set the temperature if you are in the temperature setting mode. As I say, I've set that to 62, but if that's set like that, it's telling me that the contents in there at the moment is 43 degrees, which isn't very hot at all. I am in a very freezing cold environment at the moment, so that's probably why the temperature is dropping quite a bit. But I mean, it's still very much drinkable coffee. Now, as you can see, the actual temperature has increased a bit to 44 degrees. What was it on before? 42. So that's increasing the temperature slowly but surely. But it's quite nice because if this is switched on over a period of time, the element in there is very nice to know that in 2 hours time you can still drink that same coffee and get that very much same experience of drinking a hot coffee rather than letting it get cold on your way to work. Don't want that. But at the moment the coffee is very much lukewarm. The element is very, very slow to heat up already cold liquids. It doesn't boil water. You won't be able to make a coffee directly inside of this. You're still going to need to make a coffee a traditional way through a kettle and water, or through a coffee machine that you have in your home. You're not going to be able to make a coffee directly from this. You can actually taste it again a little bit hotter. There you go. So that's at 46 now. So it's got a long way to go to get to 62 degrees, but I can definitely feel the liquid inside again a little bit hotter. The app is only really there to connect to the actual smart mug itself to adjust the temperature, and you get a few smart features in there as well, like, as I say, adjustable preset temperatures for your green tea or your black tea, your lattes, your cappuccinos, your black coffees, that kind of thing. You've very much got set temperatures inside. You can save presets in there as well. If you've got very much a nice optimal temperature you want to drink your coffee at, you can save that as a preset. You can change the actual temperature element on the inside. We're up to 50 degrees now on there, so you can change the actual temperature element or via your phone without having to actually touch the mug itself, and rotate the bottom of the mug to change the temperature. And also as well, you've got timers, so you can set the heating element to work for 3 minutes. If you've got a tea in there, for example, you can set it to work for 3 minutes. So it'll just give it very much a quick 3-minute firing with heat, so you're not reaching any kind of optimal temperatures. You're just really getting it as hot as it can possibly get within 3 minutes, which is very nice, because if you're walking to work like I do from the train, I have to walk to work, then you set, rather than wasting the entire battery life on that journey, keeping it warm, you can let it get cold, and then you can just quickly set a 3-minute timer just to give it that quick blast, so you can finish off the rest of your drink when you get to work. Now, I brewed a black coffee the traditional way using a kettle, added a splash of milk, and then poured the whole mug into the Ember Travel Mug. I took an initial temperature of around 43 degrees after getting out to this freezing cold studio, and after the 2-hour battery life, it was sitting at around 54 degrees. Now, the lid creates a near vacuum seal as well, which is great because it reduces the risk of becoming loose when in a bag or a suitcase or your backpack. The Ember also acts as a travel mug, meaning you can drink straight from it rather than having to pour it into the mug first. Now, do be wary though, because if the pressure that the lid actually creates popping the lid open, which you do by pressing it down in the center, it may cause hot contents to spurt out. Now, open it facing away from you just for your own safety. I don't know if you can see on camera, but it is actually doing that now when I press the button down on top. On the inside of the actual lid as well, unfortunately I can't show you because there's liquid actually in the mug itself, but there is a maximum fill line that you can't fill over that maximum line, simply because the actual pressure that the lid causes itself. If you are filled over that fill line, then liquid will just start to spurt out, and if you've got hot liquid in there, then you don't want that getting over your hands, just in case you burn yourself, or even the splash that the pressure creates on the actual mug itself. You don't want to get that over your face either. That's what she said. So for other safety tips, don't put it in the microwave, because this thing is full of electronics and will probably react really badly. Now, I don't think it's going to explode, but it will certainly do damage to the Ember mug itself. Don't get your charging coaster wet either, because this thing isn't waterproof, and don't stick this thing in the dishwasher as it's only hand wash. Now, the actual heating element on the bottom, do make sure that this is dry as well, because when it comes into contact with the little plugs there to charge, you have to make sure that that's dry. Is this actually getting hotter on the inside? It's at 53. Yeah. Whew. Oh, that is a little bit too hot to drink. That's very hot to drink now. So, I mean, what you can do, like say I've got coffee in there, for example. I found my optimum temperature, so I can get that dropped down. 53, that was far too hot for me to drink, so I can get that dropped down to 51.5, for example. Lock that in at 51.5, and it will start to lose heat on the inside to get it down to that optimum temperature. And then the actual mug will keep my drink inside at 51 degrees as well. So that's where the smart features really do start to kick in. So how much does this thing cost? Well, the Ember Smart Travel Mug will set you back around £159 according to their website. Now, it's a very hefty price, I must admit that. But it's a very unique product. Now, for more information, I will leave a link down in the description to Ember's website. There will also be a link to our Amazon affiliate as well if you did want to go and purchase one on there. The little bit kickback does help out the channel a huge amount, so do please make sure you check out the Amazon affiliate link if you do want to buy one. So I want to say thank you very much for checking out this video review of the Ember Smart Travel Mug. If you enjoyed this video, then do click that like button, and please do subscribe to keep up with all of our latest tech and gaming videos. And also let us know in the comments below what you think about this product, whether you would spend £159 keeping your coffee warm when you're traveling between your home and work, when you're commuting, or when you're going away on holiday and you want to take a coffee on the airplane. Would you want something like this to keep that coffee warm? Let me know in the comments below what you think. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Cheers.